Tony, let's ask you first about that charge that the club have accepted with failing to control the players. You've accepted the charge. Are you happy to accept the charge, or do you feel a bit hard?
No, it is what it is, and you want consistency, and so through the season, I'm sure if other clubs do the same as what we've done, they'll get charged as well, irrespective of the name of the club.
James McLean's been excellent for you this season. If you take that bit of bite, that bit of snarl out of his game, do you lose a big part of what he is?
I think James has got to control himself, and I think he understands he has to control himself, because sometimes he does live on the edge. But that's the player he is, and that's the person he is. He's a fantastic lad, but when the game starts, he's very competitive, and you want him to be very competitive. But he's got to realise that there is a line that you draw, and sometimes he goes very, very close to that line. But does it take stuff away from him? It might do. I'm not sure, but we've spoken to him, and I've spoken to him quite a few times about getting too close to that line. But as I keep saying, he's a fantastic lad, and he's a good lad round the place as well, and very, very well liked. And I think the perception of him outside the football club might be different to what other people think inside the football club who know him well, because he is a great lad, he's a terrific lad to have around.
You've always said winning back-to-back games in the Premier League is very, very difficult, but you've taken 10 points from 12 now. Did you always know the team was capable of a run like this?
No, you just keep going. You don't expect it. You don't expect anything in football. You've just got to make sure you prepare properly, and put yourself in a position where you're giving yourself a chance to win games week in, week out. I think the good thing about the team at the moment is that we have got one or two players back from injury, so we've got more competition, and with competition, I think you get better performances, and that's what we've not had, and we're getting back to a situation where you look at one or two on the bench, and you think, well, they can come on and do a similar job or even better than some of the players given the opportunity. So the players in the team, it keeps them on their toes.
Don't say that. The chairman will be listening, and you won't be getting any players in January.
No, the chairman's already agreed to what I want to do.
That's good news. Seventh in the table now. The fans are talking about a Europa League spot. Is that achievable?
Nah,
West Brom in Europe?
Let's get through the Christmas period. We've got a tough Christmas period. Difficult games coming up, starting with Chelsea on Sunday, and then we play Swansea, and then we've got Man United, then we go to Arsenal. So they're really, really tough games, Rob, and great games to play for the players to play in over a festive period as well. Fantastic, full houses. Wonderful cup draw again against Derby at home, which hopefully will be sold out. So local game. It's all bubbling up really nice at this football club at the moment, and that's what we want. We want it to be exciting times. We're in the West Midlands. We're the only team that's that's producing and showing Premier League football. So, and we're doing well. So it's great times at this football club.
Darren Fletcher says he agrees with you. He says we shouldn't be talking about Europe. You'd expect him to say that with his experience. But he also says that just surviving relegation is no longer good enough for this football club. You've set your standards higher now. You've made people think higher than that. Do you agree with that? No,
what I agree with is that you don't get carried away. You've got to pick the pattern up and be on it. Consistency, as I've said, outside the top 7 or 8 clubs, consistency is the key word, and putting in a performance week in, week out of the standard that can get you results. And I think if you speak to most managers who work just below that sand line, that's the biggest issue is getting that consistency week in, week out from your players, and that's what we're trying to achieve, and that's what everybody's trying to achieve.
A lot of your players in cracking form, but Ben Foster is in great form, and a lot of people are saying, well, why isn't he in the England squad? Would you like him to see him back there? Do you think his performances have merited it?
It's up to Gareth. Gareth's his own man now, and I'm not going to tell Gareth who to pick and who not to pick. I think that's very, very important that the country gets behind Gareth, whoever he selects, and whatever system he wants to play and whichever way he wants to play, give him the opportunity and a chance to be successful. Ben's done fantastically well here, and he's a good lad, and we're very, very pleased. He had a bad injury not so long ago, and he's come through that and his form of late has been fantastic.
Berahino, we always ask about him every week. It's only fair that we do. You said you were going to try and get a game for him. Has he played?
Well, we've not managed to get the games because of all sorts of reasons, but we need him to play games. You know, he's training well. He's got his mind's clear now. It's most probably the best it's been for a long time. So his mind's clear. He's been out in training. He's worked hard in training. We just need to get him some games, Rob. We can't just chuck him in. So, you know, we'll be doing that in training, and we'll be doing it hopefully. There's some games next week, or there's a game next week that Side will be involved in. So he needs that, and then hopefully, you know, he'll be ready over the Christmas period for us.
You've got a cracking record against Chelsea in recent times. 1-2 drawn, 1 lost, 1 against Chelsea. Your last 4 games.
No, we've done okay, and you know, like I say, I always enjoy going to the big grounds, and you know, I've taken a pasting at times, but I always enjoy going there. It's a childhood dream to go to these, you know, famous football clubs and be able to be part of it. So I just hope the players, you know, they'll go there. We'll tell them, you know, you go there, you know, everything's against you. You know, if you have a look at the size of their squads, the quality, size of the ground, you know, the attendance is twice as big as what we get, and everything else. It's all in their favour. So, you know, we've got nothing to lose but to go out there and work really hard and enjoy it. And that's the big thing for me against the bigger clubs. You know, really puff your chest out and take a deep breath and get out there and enjoy the challenge, and that's really what the players should be doing.
Are Chelsea title favourites for you?
Well, they've got as good a chance as anybody else at the moment. He's changed his system. It looks as though it suited the players. It's certainly shown by results that it's successful. So first time I've managed against Conte, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, they tell me he's a decent lad, so it'd be nice to hopefully go there and put a performance in and have a glass of Italian red afterwards.